So what is Education for Sustainable Development? I've been working for a year in the Students' Union, and when I first came in, I had no idea what Education for Sustainable Development is. I've worked for a year trying to embed it within the university, and I just wanted to share my learnings, my changed perspective and what we've done here, and to give people a bit of a clearer view about what Education for Sustainable Development is. So we've defined Education for Sustainable Development, or ESD, as equipping our students with the knowledge, skills, values and attributes needed to work and to live in a way that will bring about solutions to some of the really urgent and ever-changing environmental, economic and social challenges that we face, both now and in the future. I'm Mel Kee. I'm a human geography graduate from the University of Sheffield, and I've spent the last year working as an elected officer at Sheffield Students' Union. Personally, my journey here at Sheffield has allowed me to feel like I'm leaving with the skills and knowledge to really go out and make positive change in the world, particularly with environmental sustainability and social justice issues. I unfortunately don't think that that is the case for a lot of students leaving university, and I think particularly in the times we're living in that is vital. So we've all heard the latest reports from climate scientists about having 12 years to radically alter the way in which we live in order to not go above 1.5 degrees of warming since pre-industrial times. That science can definitely seem a bit abstract. So I often find it really useful to look at what this looks like on the ground. It looks like coastal towns underwater. It looks like climate refugees all across the globe. It looks like heat spells in February and cold spells in March, meaning that crops don't grow properly. That looks like food shortages. And ultimately, it looks like death for the most vulnerable in our society. What's most unfortunate is that that's happening right now. Those deaths are happening right now. And that's why we need to tackle this issue. And that's why I think educating the people that are going to go out and lead society is the way to do that. So 20% of the world's population have gone to university. That's actually a very small proportion. But 80% of the world leaders that we currently have hold a university degree. If that's not evidence enough that we're educating our future leaders, then I don't know what is. We need to be equipping those people with, as we've spoken about, the skills and the knowledge to address these problems. We took a kind of two-tiered approach to talking about this with the university. So we took a kind of top-down approach. We spoke to senior members of university staff working in education, working in academic departments, and presented this vision to them. One of the key things we did there was have really open dialogue. We encouraged discussion, debate. We encouraged them to tell us what concerned them about this, what challenges they envisioned, but also what they thought was good. We also took a much more grassroots approach. We spoke to students in a visual awareness campaign around campus, calling this piece of work Education for Our Future. We've got a brilliant academic rep system here at Sheffield, and we knew that this was something students were interested in. We knew, you know, there's climate strikes all around the world. There's people marching for different social justice issues. There's multiple avenues on social media talking about these issues. We knew it was something young people are interested in. Through that, the students and academic reps started talking to their departments, and kind of married perfectly in the middle. So that kind of top-down engagement and that grassroots approach meant that you could see there was interest at all levels. ESD isn't about a specific separate module on tackling environmental degradation or how to deal with social justice issues that are going on in the world. It's a whole thing. It should be embedded within everything that you're doing within your education. It's often said that you know, how do you embed this stuff into fact-based subjects like maths or science? It's not as black and white as that, and there are definitely ways to embed this within all of the courses that we're teaching at university. And the potential for that is just, it's brilliant, and I think it's so important. So my advice to anyone wanting to work on ESD is first and foremost to start the conversation. If you're a student, maybe in your department, go and seek out your academic rep, tell them you're interested in these issues and you're interested in education for sustainable development as a concept. Talk to staff. If you're a university staff member, listen. Listen to your students, ask them what their priorities in this area are, what they've seen in their experience, and then take that on to your colleagues. Talk to, if you can, more senior university staff members about resourcing these kind of projects. And finally, if you're a student officer, navigating that relationship with the university is really important. Having open and honest discussions, inviting challenge and debate, being pragmatically idealistic, and also a visual campaign towards students, getting them talking about it. So you're really completing that circle of leaders and stakeholders in this area. But my main advice is work on ESD. It's so important and it's so relevant.